All right, origami lovers. This time around we are making a flower. This is going to be 2 different pieces of paper. Now, as you can see on my first one, the flower aspect of my flower got a little bit big. So I did make my flower, as opposed to a little bit smaller than my stem this time around. So it's not quite so giant. But I'm going to make my stem first. And the way to do that is to start with an origami base, and more specifically, a diamond base. So I'm going to fold diagonally. I'm always having nice, really crisp folds. Unfold and take your edges all the way into the center. Almost kind of looks like a kite or an ice cream cone. Really nice folds. Go over your creases. And same thing. Except this time they're going to be a little bit smaller because we're not going to unfold anything. Rotate around so you get all your edges super nice. And then go over your creases. And you have a diamond base. All right, so once we have our diamond base established, you're able to get your leaf and stem, which is right here. Starting here, we're gonna skinny this up, so we're gonna take this edge and fold it into the center line, all the way in, and go over your creases. Really important that you have strong creases in origami. Always strong creases. The thinner the paper you start out with, the easier your life is going to be. Generally speaking, anyway. All right, yours should look like mine before you go on to the next step. The next step is to flip. So you shouldn't see any folds, just the crease right down the center line. And you're going to take your bottom, go all the way up to the top. And fold. Then you're going to do a book fold. So take this edge and fold your lovely origami in half. Okay. And last step is a reverse fold. So you're taking just the first piece of paper, and it's going to be at a relative angle. You want to gently pop it in the opposite direction. If it helps to unfold a little first, you can. And you want this to be at an angle so it stems off. And then you have created your stem for your flower. All right, once you create the stem for your flower, you're ready to create your tulip. So you can just set your stem to the side. The tulip, you need to start out with a water bomb base. And to do that, you fold your paper diagonally, both directions, to create the creases, and then in a bookcase, both directions. So in half, both ways, and diagonally, both ways. All right, next step, you gotta take this triangle here and this triangle here, and you gotta hide it. So they're gonna sneak inside and sneak inside, like so. Go over your creases, and then you're gonna take one corner and fold it up to the top. Other corner, fold it up to the top. What you do on one side, since we're making a three-dimensional object, you do on the other. So flip your paper over, do the same thing once more. Okay, this is what I got. On the table, I'm going to lift it up so you can see a little bit more clearly. I'm taking my right side, I'm separating the back from the front, and I'm going to close it, okay? I can see a crease, but there isn't anything else there. Then I'm going to flip my page over and separate just one from the right side, close it, okay? So it should feel all nice and together. Okay, I'm going to put it back on the table so I have a nice base to get my creases nice on. And then each corner, I'm going to bring it down. I'm not going to push down super hard quite yet though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them in and I'm going to choose one side. Doesn't matter which side. I'm going to choose one side and sneak it in. And then I'm going to push down, so if you have A side and B side, they go together and kind of envelope close in together. What you do on one side, you do on the other. So flip. We're slowly tucking and slip it in together and push down on your creases. Okay. Okay, now we need to get those lungs out again. This is one of those. So we're going to pop this open a little bit, and we need our base to be flat. This is our base. Now if you look really close at our base, not the top, the base, there is a hole and some space for air. So let's see how we can do this. And I might need to make a little bit bigger of a hole. So I might need to grab a pen or a pencil to help this along a little bit. Because I want everything to go in the opposite direction. And it might take a try or two, and that's okay. All right, it's starting to come up together. I did make the hole a little bit bigger, so let's try again. All right, coming together. Okay, so at this point, I need to fold down my leaves, but I need to do that without taking my whole flower apart. So I'm just doing one at a time, very gently, opening up my flower a little bit, all the way around. And you should have 4 petals, or 4 petals that stick out at least. Very gently, you want to make sure you don't rip your page. Okay. And then that hole on the bottom of the flower is where your stem is rested. You can rotate, figure out where it looks best, and we have a lovely little flower. Nice work, people.